But I want to take questions and answers and anything that you may still not be feeling really comfortable with in order to move forward on Tuesday.
What if you have an odd number of students? Do you put 3 together?
3.
Okay.
3. Perfect question. Her question was, if you have an odd number, how do you do it? And you do a triad. Any other? Really? I cannot believe it. Okay, one thing that, will you mention what you said to me earlier?
I have we just started, we're building stamina. And I have students who are like, I'm not finished writing when we get to that point. And so to draw a line underneath that was kind of uncomfortable for me because I wanted to give them a space. They also want to pull it out, like when we're finished with math, sometimes they'll pull out a book. And they asked me, can I pull out my writer's notebook? And I didn't know if that was kosher or not because we're supposed to be, conferencing and fluttering, but if they could independently.
Yes. Anytime, free time, whatever, they want to pull out that writer's notebook and finish it. Oh my goodness, I think I hear angels sing. Yes, they can do that. The only thing that we ask is that if they say they're finished during that writer's workshop, they're not done. I've just begun. So they need to make sure they're continuing, because if not, they're not going to build that stamina up for writing if we allow them to write 2 sentences and put their notebook away. So that was really good. And so make sure, yes, anytime that they want to, if they want to leave space and then start writing and going back when they're finished with that story, absolutely let them do that. I have to tell a quick one of the teachers that came to the summer training, she is at Highland Park, and she goes, oh my goodness, you're not going to believe what I'm having to do. She goes, they are devouring and loving Writer's Workshop so much, I have to use it as punishment that they can't write. She goes, because she goes, they are just, that's all they want to do. And so now she goes, if they're not doing what they're wanting to do, I just say, you're not going to get Writer's Workshop if you do it. Please don't use Writer's Workshop as a punishment. But I thought it was kind of fun that the kids are loving it. And she mentioned that also. What I love that I'm hearing, kids, it's like we've given them permission to be good writers. We've given them permission to put their stories on paper like they've never had before, it seems like. So the fact that they don't want to put it away and the fact that they want to continue stories, we are unleashing the next generation of authors, and I love it. So that it's just wonderful to hear. Are there any other questions? And we'll start giveaways, and I'm going to send you off to do whatever you need to do next. Any burning things that you need to ask before? Email me, B. Haley, it's Hailey.
When you had the procedure of the schedule, how do you put small group reading in then if you're doing this, the writing block and your small group reading and that protected?
You're talking about literacy circles or?
Small group reading.
Your small group reading, you're still going to do your small group reading during your normal, regular block of reading block time. And then if you need to...
So reading block is different than the...
That was her whole literacy block. And she kind of, what she would do, and I've done this in the past too, is like one of my stations was like the writing. So I'd still do my reading block with my kids in small group, but one of the other group may be doing their writing in their writer's notebook. I would still do my mini lesson and everything that I would normally do with writing, but then they may go off to different centers and you can do it that way. Yeah, good question. Another thing I want to mention is like your 90 minutes literacy block that you have to do, that's your tier 1 instruction. So all your small groups that you're doing during that time and everything, that is still your small group tier 1 instruction. So I know it's getting difficult with the RTI and our extra 45 minutes and all that, but if you really have intervention for writing, it can be done during your tier 2 or tier 3 block of time. That makes sense? We're really wanting to have that really good, strong tier 1 literacy instruction and engagement with the kids.